Hey. All right. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, make sure you come back tomorrow. Tonight is going to be broken up into two different categories. We're going to discuss a case towards the end. But first, I have to get some stuff out of the way because I am so tired of this. And keeping your mouth shut around here does absolutely nothing. I'm sorry I'm not on camera. This platform is a nightmare with the camera. Plus, I have pink on me. I have blue on me. I'm making Fruit Loops. So, yeah, I'm a bit of a mess. So, and I didn't plan on going live at all. But somebody who thinks they're me loves to put my name or compare everything they do to me, and I'm over it. I'm absolutely over it. Dude, you are not me. Just because you get busted being a psychotic liar fraud, why are you bringing up my stuff? Thank you, Miss Beasley. Why are you bringing up my stuff? That was not a hair. It was a thread that came from the back. And yes, all wax melts get wiped down before they get sent out. Just in case when I'm filming, when I have to take a picture and I'm using all this different stuff, that nothing falls out. And if it was a hair, so be it. If it was a hair, it was a hair, but I pulled it off. I know what it was. My hair color is not that color. So I know it was a thread from the back. But why do you care? Why are you looking up my pictures? I don't look at your pictures, Alicia. I don't give a shit about you. I don't know why you don't realize this, but I am so sick and tired of you throwing my name into every fucking thing you do. You got busted. That has nothing to do with me. You're never going to catch me doing what you do. You're never going to catch me using somebody else's picture and saying it's mine. You are a liar. Show the video where you said it wasn't yours. I'll wait. Because you didn't. You're a liar. And if I'm wrong, so be it. Show the video. You're charging how much for a candle? $55 for an Amazon bowl? Okay, Alicia. Where's the outrage? Plus shipping? I thought you were going to do shipping for $4 because that's what you said. You said that my prices were so high at $25 and how dare I charge so much for shipping, and you were going to charge less. You were only going to charge $4 for shipping and your candles were going to be $8. Remember that? Because I do. You still don't have a label, which is fucking illegal, but that's your business. You have no dimensions on your fucking candles. Nobody knows how big or small it is. Probably because you don't fucking make it. Or you have no fucking clue how to even make one. So, but I'm not going to tell you all the things that you can get shut down for because that's on you. That's your business. Has nothing to do with me, and my business is doing fucking great. So I don't care what you do. But now you're doxing people? Really? This is what you do now? You're just going to go ahead and dox someone because you don't like them? What the fuck is wrong with you? And anybody that supports this, I really hope that you don't give her your address or your picture for her to dox you. But I guess she thinks she's safe now. She can hide behind her new buddy, Savage. Yeah, Savage isn't going to save you, Alicia. Sorry, but she's not. You're temporary. So regardless, again, none of my business, but here is Alicia yet again putting my name in her fucking business. Don't worry about what I do, Alicia, because I don't give a fuck what you do. So you don't need to look for something to try to compare something that I did to something you did, because you don't ever hear me compare me to you, ever. Why? Because there's obvious reasons. But yeah, I don't need to lie. I don't need to be a fraud. Your little ripoff report, it's funny because according to that, you moved to Mississippi 12 years ago. So is that another lie, Alicia? Is that all you know how to do is fucking lie? You lie about people, you lie about your own life, you lie about your upbringing. All of a sudden, like someone brought this up to me, all of a sudden you have my upbringing. You have this wonderful mom and dad and who did so much for you and loved you so much. Do you remember your old videos, Alicia? Because you said how your parents treated you like shit, how they loved your brothers more, how your brother always got more attention than you. You don't have two sisters, you only have one stepsister. I mean, the list goes on with your fucking lies. But the funniest part about your ripoff report from 12 years ago is it says the exact same shit people can say about you now. That's the funny part. That is what the biggest irony is that it's the exact same thing now as it was 12 years ago. You're a liar. You lie about everything. You lie about your life. Anyone that knows you knows you're a liar. You dropped out of high school. You got your GED. This is all in there. You don't have a degree in retrovirus. That is the funniest fucking thing I ever heard. You don't have a degree from anywhere. And if you look up your ripoff report 12 years ago, it's the exact same thing as it is now. That you're a fucking liar and that you just lie about everything. Now, as far as some of the other stuff in there about you being an escort, I have no idea, nor do I care. But the overall consensus thought you graduated from high school, thought you went right to like you adopt everybody else's life. So I just don't understand it. I really, truly don't understand it. And honestly, I wouldn't be saying one fucking word of this, not one word, if you did not constantly try to put me involved in your life. My business is mine. It has nothing to do with you. Stop trying to compare me to you. Okay? That's all I ask. Leave my fucking name out of your mouth. Leave my business off of your site. Do you see me ever post pictures of your business? Nope, you sure don't. Do you ever hear me bash your business? Nope, you sure don't. Do you ever hear me accuse you of anything? Nope, you sure don't. You want to know why, Alicia? I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Because winners focus on winners. Losers focus on winners. So I thank you for the compliment that you just look up to me so much, that everything I do, you have to look at, you want a piece of, you got to try to compare. Or if someone finds out you're a fraud, your first reaction is, let me pull up a picture of Laura. Alicia, you are a sick bitch. You need help. You need serious psychological help. I don't know if you were dropped on your head as a baby. I don't know what's up with you, but you're a liar, you're a fraud, you're a phony, and you're a doxer and a real lifer. And, you always say how you've changed. What was up with that Natalie P picture, Alicia? Tell me, how long you been living in Mississippi, Alicia? Oh, I forgot. You showed the same bedroom in two different houses. Funny how that works. How does that happen, Alicia? How are you in two different places? Thank you, Joseph. Absolutely all winners here. How are you in two different places? Is that why you didn't want to show Molly your apartment, your house? Because I specifically remember Molly saying, and you saying, but more importantly, I remember hearing Molly saying how you didn't want to see her, you didn't want her to see your car because you were embarrassed by it. You were so embarrassed by your car, so you parked really far away so Molly didn't see your car. Remember that? Yeah, I do. Natalie is friends with the girl who stole the pic from and made a comment about her stealing people's work. Aha. Okay, so why is she doxing this person? Why is she showing this person's picture? I don't get it. Granny's watching finally in the house. I don't get it. Why is she Why is she doxing somebody? Just because the girl's friends with someone. Two different, but yeah, it does make more sense. I agree. Because they made one comment about her stealing. Oh, that's why they said comments off. Because who does that? You own a candle business, you fucking wait and you make your own goddamn candle and then you sell it. You don't fucking steal somebody else's picture and then say, oh, well, I was just using it. What the fuck do you expect the woman to say? Like, you're not giving a link to her stuff, which is what I think she thinks you were doing, not trying to pass it off as your own. And yes, you did say that you made that. You're a fucking liar, a butt out liar. It's, believe me, Christy, so did I. And I have kept my mouth shut for fucking months. You know, we had a little spat not too long ago, but for the most part, I have kept my mouth shut. She talks about me every fucking day. Every day. Doesn't matter. I stay quiet. I say nothing. I don't know why she copies me, Sandra. I mean, in a way, it's a compliment. Hey, thanks. Thanks for copying me. But even starting a business, starting a candle business, I thought you have all this other stuff going on. Why are you starting a candle business? Why is everything a competition with me? That's not being a competitive person, Alicia. That's being a fucking psycho. Especially, like, it wouldn't be psychotic. I'll let you in on a secret. It wouldn't be psychotic if you did not compare every single thing that you do to what I do. What I do has nothing to do with you. Even if I had a chunk of hair in a candle, why is that your business? Why does that have anything to do with you and your customers? It doesn't. Absolutely doesn't. What I do with my business, maybe the person wanted a hair wax. So I took off a chunk of my hair and I chucked it in the wax. How would you know? You don't. That'd be kind of gross, by the way. But how do you know? You don't. You want to know why? Worry about your own business and stop worrying about mine. Mine is good. I don't need you. Thanks. Like, seriously, fucking thanks. And I just can't believe how you just don't stop. How about you own the fact that you got fucking busted stating that a candle that you took, I mean, it's in the video. I'll play the video if you guys haven't seen it. So, and I'll play it because I'm sure a lot of you guys haven't seen the video yet or probably have no clue what I'm talking about. So I'm going to play it. So then you guys will understand kind of like where this is all coming from. Julie, I will not promote her channel. You'll see, I shouldn't even say that. You'll see the name when I play the video. So hold on. Let me play the video so you guys aren't so lost. Bear with me. You stopped dead in track like, wait, what is, ew? No. Because I was thinking about that. I'm like, ew, can you imagine like hair wax? Ew. One, it would smell when it burned, but gross. Okay. And I couldn't see it on a cell phone. I had to wait till I got home. Hairball candles. Can you imagine? I know, right? People do buy crazier things. Hey, Linda. Linda, thank you so much. Were you the Linda that sent me the PayPal yesterday? At least trying to be Laura. It's not working. I know it's not. And I'm just tired of it. You know, any minute just go, oh, I don't even care. And I'm just so tired of. By the time she does, I'll be on to something else. But you guys, you got to see this video. I wasn't even going to play it, but I'm so fucking fed up. Hold on. All right. So it says Alicia Clare is using someone else's picture of a candle they made and has it on her website like she made it. She always bashes on LK for doing this, but it's okay for her to do it. Now, in all fairness, I don't watch Alicia, so I don't know. No, not you, Lindsay. The other Linda. I got a very nice PayPal from someone named Linda. So I don't even know what, like, why am I brought up? Why you bashing me? That's all my candles. I make a lot of fucking candles. I have spent over $5,000 this year in shipping alone. That was my shipping cost through my, my shipping place. So yeah, I make a lot of candles. I do all my own. So this person says, I decided to be like her and go real life by contacting the person who made the candle. You're welcome. So someone said, hi, I saw the crescent shaped candle you reviewed and was wondering if you made the candle that is shown. The candle is beautiful. Someone said I did. Thank you. I don't have them on my website yet. I just put them in my shop, but I'm adding them this week. So I guess this is like the real person. So he said, or she said, I actually saw that pic on a candle website and the lady claims she made it. So she said, the Woodwick one, I only made the Woodwick one. So she says, yeah, it's your picture she's using. Someone even commented on it saying what nice work she does. And she said, thank you, she made it. So this person said, thank you for letting me know that is absolutely my picture in my bathroom. Can you send me her website if possible? This moon. Her thanking someone who complimented her work, but it's not hers. And she says, thank you. She doesn't give any dimension. She doesn't say anything, nothing, how much wax is used, what kind of wicks, nothing. What kind of wax. But it's funny, the one thing that popped out to me is gold flakes. Go on Google search. Gold flakes is my signature. That has been my signature, and everybody knows it. Go on Google and see how many people use gold flakes. They really don't. They use them for pillar candles, which is not in a container, but very few use them on top. That is literally my signature, is using it on top. Like, it's something that I've done from the beginning. It's something that Sloan noticed. It's something Marissa noticed. It's something that everybody liked. So I started using it. And then it just became like my signature. Like, all right, you're going to get gold flakes on. Oh, she's charging way more than me. So my signature is gold flakes. So what does she have? Gold flakes. Are you fucking kidding me? This put me over the edge, because you couldn't even use silver flakes. You had to use gold flakes, because that's exactly what I use. And it's been made a point that Sloan had said something about how much he liked the gold flakes. Marissa has said she always loves the gold flakes. So what does Alicia do? She's got gold flakes. Are you fucking kidding me? So no, this is this is Alicia. Okay, this is Alicia's. So hers just says, crescent-shaped dough bowls are now available in your favorite fragrance. 55 plus shipping. Wax color options. White. Dark blue with gold flakes. What? Why do you only give 2 colors? And why are you using gold flakes? So then someone says, who I've seen this name, Pixie Brooks, says your work is divine. Yeah, if that was her work, it is divine, but it's not hers. So then she writes, thank you. Wow. You're even selling a picture that's not yours. With no dimensions, no kind of wax, no nothing. Nobody knows anything about it. Fucking crazy. Crazy. I mean, it's one thing to show a picture. No, that's not her candle. It's another thing to use somebody else's picture to advertise and sell it. That's fucked up. The only time you can do that is when you're doing stuff secondhand. Like the place that I'm going to be selling soaps from, I am not making those soaps. You will never hear me make those soaps. So what am I going to do? I'm going to sell. I'm going to use their picture until I, make my own and sell it. But it's not going to be a secret that they're not my soaps, that I am selling them secondhand from a aromatherapy place that I buy my essential oils from. So that I can see. But to use somebody else's picture to sell your candle, that's fucked up. I think she is reselling candles, but I don't know. I don't know this channel. Somebody sent me this link for this channel and I was like, holy shit. They're like, you're going to like this one. That was it. So like this person said, every single thing that she accuses me of is what she does. But where's the outrage? How come nobody's going fucking live about it? How come nobody's calling her out? Can you imagine if that was me? Do you guys remember all of the fucking, not Chloe, you make me laugh because I know you're totally trolling, but it's funny. Do you remember all of the videos? Because I used a description of the places that I get my fragrance from, like, and I proved that everybody else uses it too. Remember that? Remember how they all freaked the fuck out? Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. How everyone's so quiet right now. Nobody's saying a fucking word. But let it be Laura, and oh my God, all hell's gonna break loose. Unfucking believable. Because they're bonded by hate Laura. Exactly. It is insane. But they were like, literally, she was part of it. She was one of the people calling you out. There you are. She was like one of the fucking people. They only care when it's you. Just like her goal in real life, not much was said about her calling Bob's mom. Exactly. Because maybe it's because she doesn't make money for people. She doesn't make money for people, but that's not the point. That's why I can't stand all of these fucking these wannabe righteous fake people. If you're so fucking righteous, like literally, if you're so fucking righteous, then call out everybody. Call out everyone. Don't fucking call out me when I'm the least of these fucking problems. Every single thing that people accuse me for, they do. Every fucking time that they accuse me of something and there's 50 fucking lives about it, it turns out it's not me, it's fucking them. These people are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. No, it wasn't my candle. But I can tell you, mythological, it's from a candle company called DOXXER Candle, and I got that from Alicia's community post. When you open up the link, it's from DOXXER Candles. Start doing the candles in the wood bowls. The wood bowls are a pain in the ass. They're expensive. I don't know. They're more winter, though. They're not really summer. I don't know. Some people like them. I don't know how that girl does it with 5 wicks, though. That's a lot. But that must be a lot of wax. Like, I don't know. She did community post. Hey, Rhonda. She did community post. And then she posted my picture. They're about $10 for each. Not the good ones. The good ones, like that I would buy from one of my manufacturers, are actually like 35 and 40. I know she doesn't get them there, because I can tell by her scents what she's using, and she's not using that. She's a photographer and can't take her own pictures. Do you see the irony? That's a really good point. Thank you, Denise. That's a really good point. No, she hasn't actually. She showed a couple of things that, like, she was using chopsticks or something to hold the she was using the chopsticks to hold the wicks, and I mean, that's a perfect way to fucking burn your house down, but whatever. Yeah, they are expensive. The good ones are expensive, but I'm telling you, she takes cheesy way out. I would guarantee it. I'm just, there was no reason for her to put my picture up. There's no reason for it. She went to because she got busted. She went to my website trying to find a picture that wasn't mine so she could put it on her page and say, see, she does this. Too bad you're never going to fucking find it. That picture is on her business page as a candle for sale. Exactly. I'm telling you, I'm better than her, so I'm not going to dox her. But check this out. Hold on. Okay. Check this out. Okay. This is 10 years ago. And it says this girl is using photographers' photos she has stolen off their websites to make a website for photography services. Beware of this fake company. Make sure that you ask to see her portfolio books of the brides on the website she advertises. Ask her how long she's been in business and how long she's been a photographer. She's been reported to the National Guild and the local guild. She will get sued if they catch her stealing photographs and violating the copywriter's infringement laws. Mind you, this is 12 years ago. Nothing has changed. Ask her to show a business license to you and ask when did she get her business license in Louisiana. Make sure to ask her credentials. Most importantly, ask to see her books. She's using a cell phone. She does not have a landline. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know where all these came from. There's one that goes on about what a liar she is. I was like, wow, nothing has changed. Yeah, again, it says she's using other people's photographs. So nothing has changed in 12 years. No, I didn't say that word, Quinny. So yeah, 12 years ago, she was stealing pictures too. But there is, I don't know where that other one went. Oh, you know what? I know where to get it from. Hold on. Okay. It says, to all who have been reading these reports, this is always the drama that follows this girl, Alicia, blah, blah, blah. And then there's another name, whatever name she's using at the time. To me, it's really funny how Alicia can make herself believe her own lies. Let's start from the beginning. First of all, she does not even know who her real father is. As far as her mother goes, she was raised by her aunt, whom she refers to as mom. So technically, her sister. Explain why she's so, that would explain why she's so screwed up, why she claims she graduated from Tulane. That's funny because she dropped out of high school and got her GED. And it goes on and on. But it also said, most importantly, it says, well, okay, let's just put it this way. Hold on. Let's just put it this way. Whatever is the latest fad is Alicia is going to be doing it or be a part of it. But Alicia is a chronic liar in big capital letters. Again, people, this was 12 years ago. 12 years ago. Nothing has changed. She is the exact same person she was 12 years ago. Unfucking believable. And mind you, this is all public info. This is not anything that I had to look up. This is not doxing. This is completely public info right online. It's all there to anyone to read. I know they're fighting, and I was staying far out of it until she pushed me. Till she fucking pushed me. Oh, of course. Yeah, but she never got a degree. At least I finished. At least I got my fucking degree. I know she's doxing someone on a community page. That's what I'm saying, Julie. That's my whole point. Why you own a business? Why are you doxing people? Like, I would be mortified if someone gave her, if I did that, if I doxed people because they gave me a bad review, like, what the fuck? That is insane. And it's not even like they gave her a bad review somewhere where she couldn't erase it. Like, please. At least she's consistent. It's just lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. It's unreal. It should be illegal for us. I mean, there are people that are trusting her with their address, and I get blamed for this shit. There are these psychos out there that blame me for it. You don't see me fucking doxing anybody. I want one person to prove it. Then I hear, oh my God, Native Speedy Peoples, it's time for you to go. Like, I give a fuck about nigs. Bye-bye. Carry on. But like, I get blamed for all the shit that they fucking do. Like, I put it out there. Show me one person I've done this to, and don't tell me Just Angel, because if I'm gonna fucking dox somebody, I'm not gonna do it however many years later. Again, Just Angel got busted in something, and somehow I'm to blame. No, bitch. You did that on your own. And your people that hated you long before are the ones that it's out there. All this shit about Just Angel is on YouTube. You just got to know how to look. But it's on YouTube from long before I ever even fucking met her. This has been proven. So people want to blame me? Sit the fuck down. Miss Beasley, I know. Just ignore. Anyone that says negs, just ignore. Not even fucking worth it. What's members only? Must be the only one who has no. Yeah, there's plenty of sound. I'm like fucking yelling. Because shit fucking pisses me off. Candy Apple. All right, Google this. Her name, that's what I just read. It's a huge rabbit hole. There are accounts on there defending her that appear to be her. Oh, I agree. That's what I was just reading. This live isn't members only. I don't do members only that much. Sunday nights. We are like, guess up. We love you. Art. Huh? Oh, there goes my stomach again. So, yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. I had to fucking get it out because I was about to snap. And the reason why I bring up Just Angel is because I guess Tracy's fighting with Just Angel, and I was listening to Tracy, and Tracy said, you know, I don't know if Laura did that or not. No, I never fucking did that. And I certainly didn't do it 2 years later because nobody gives a fuck about Just Angel's address. But there's another one who gets busted in a lie or gets busted having 2 birthdays, and all of a sudden Laura's in the mix. Leave my fucking name out of your bullshit drama. All of you. Like, for real. You guys want to fight it out? Battle to the end. But leave my fucking name out of it. I don't need to be in everybody's fucking drama. I got my own life. Thank you. I got my own shit to deal with. I don't need to be in everybody's fucking shit. Go bother Molly, Betty, fucking JLR, anybody. Leave mine and my business and my children and my fucking hacking, and leave all of it out of your mouths. It's unbelievable to me. Just shut the fuck up about me and move on. Just Angel go, of course, they're all fucking losers. Every single one of them are doxing pieces of shit. It's been proven over and over and over again. Hey, Kevin, they're all fucking trash. I am not trash. Leave my name out of your fucking trats' mouths. You want to call me names? Call me names. You want to fucking say, I don't give a fuck. Your names mean nothing. But what it does matter, when you try to drag me into everything that you guys do, that's a problem. I know they have no morals. That's a fucking problem. It was nice for a minute. Honestly, if it wasn't for Alicia, I don't think anybody would fucking be talking about me. But Alicia is obsessed. Like, she can't stop talking about me. She can't stop bashing me or whatever. Comparing herself. She's this. I don't give a fuck. Alicia, I've told you before, you want to be the top dog, you're it. You want to be the bomb, you're it. You want to be the BAMP, you do that. I don't give a fuck. Just leave my name out of your mouth. Then I heard, I don't know. When I go on, I couldn't tell you what I said 5 minutes ago. Oh, it got dropped. Everything got dropped. I know she does, Robbie. It's sick. Remember how she was obsessed with Miles? Now she's completely focused. She's been focused on me. Like, even when I don't talk about her. Shut the fuck up. Don't worry about me. Make me irrelevant in your life. I want to move on from fucking drama community. I don't give a shit if you haven't noticed. I certainly don't dox anybody. I haven't fucking gone low in a long time. Why? Because I've moved on. Move on without me. Go fight whoever you want to fight. Move on. I'm over it. Over it. That's why I ignore most of it. But sometimes it just gets to be too much. Stop bringing my business into your drama. My business doesn't need to relate to your drama or your fight with Tracy or you being busted. It just doesn't. And I'm tired of, I work very fucking hard at my business. Very hard. I don't need you running your fucking mouth, running your bullshit. And then I'm sorry if I'm the only way that you can get fucking views. That's not my problem. That's your fucking problem. Come up with different content. I don't know what to tell you. I have been good lately for over a year. Almost, yeah, just about a year probably. 6 months, 7 months. But it's enough time that I fucking moved on. and they need to move on from me. I don't know if BHB showed up, but I know it was dropped. The whole thing was dropped. That I know. And that's another thing. Speaking of showing up, if you're so perfect and you're so much better, Alicia, how come you never turn your camera on? How come you never show what you look like? Because you're just so much better. Yeah, I didn't hear it, Lab, so I don't know. I'm not allowing doxing people. I don't care if it's my worst fucking enemy. You don't want to come in here doxing someone. You will be blocked. Even if it's anybody. I don't get why they haven't moved on at least some. I'm serious. Like, in a way, I thank Tracy. Maybe she'll stop fucking talking about me. But Tracy's got time. She's got nothing else better to do than to fight with you assholes. She said that. I'm not making that up. I'm saying that funny because she said it. She's got nothing but time. By the way, Tracy, your son is very cute. That's not the real Alicia. Alicia wouldn't come in here with that name. The way she sexualized things makes me want to shower. I know. You don't need to apologize. Like, well, I've never seen you mad. What? I miss Tinker. Hold on. If Just Angel keeps at you, give me a link because I'm the one that gifted the can. No. She wasn't coming at me. She was going after Tracy. But somehow the whole incident came up. And I guess somehow, I didn't watch it, but somehow I guess Just Angel said something about I gave out her address or Tracy said it, like something. The white boy dude was talking about it in Twitch. Crude as fuck JLR, and I guess he was running his mouth to Crude's lawyer. Oh, Crude actually got an attorney? Wow. I wouldn't have got an attorney. There's always that one person, I'm telling you. They want to dox. They're in the wrong live. That's Alicia that Doxxing goes real life. Exactly. Yeah, and I don't care who you are. I'm not going to allow it. And even me, I've never intentionally doxed. And let me say something else. Since I am such a bad person and I do all these things, there's one particular person that I want to put my fucking fist through every time I see her comment with her bullshit, okay? And I don't. And I keep my mouth shut. And guess what? I know her address. Have I ever fucking released it? No, I have not. Have I ever posted a picture? No, I have not. That person is Jen B. Okay? Everybody knows I would fucking cold clock her if I ever saw her in person. But we're not in person. We're online. And have I ever given your address out, Jen? Sure haven't. Have I ever done anything? Sure haven't. So and if there's one person that I would, if I was a doxer, it would be her. But guess what? I've never done it. Why? Because I don't roll like that. I think it was hard to understand or follow, found him undercrude as fuck. Huh? So weird to me is you think in 3 years someone else could be more interesting. Exactly. But they're not. Kevin, you know what it is? It's not just class. I work way too hard at my business to fucking to ruin it by someone that pissed me off on the internet. Like, who does that? That is sick. Yeah, they are definitely not educated at all whatsoever. They are filled with so much hate and so much bullshit. Like, I probably shouldn't have just said that I would punch her in the face, but that's how I feel. That's how many negative, hateful, disgusting, vile things this woman has said about me. When have you ever hear me talk about her besides tonight? Never. When have you ever, and I don't know if she does anymore. I haven't seen screenshots in a while, but when do you ever fucking hear anything? You don't. When have you ever seen me say I'm going to dox her or show pictures. You don't. Why? Because that's not how you build a business. Sorry. That's why people trust me and not you, Alicia. Unfucking believable. Misery loves company. That's why they're all together. But I just could not believe that she fucking posted a picture from me, from my website. She literally went on my website trying to find something to prove that I use fake pictures too. That was the whole point. No, and you didn't find it. So she looked through every single picture. She found a thread that she thought was a hair. And like I said, even if it was a hair, the customer that got it didn't get their hair, because I wipe everything down just in case a hair falls out, or just in case a flower is out of place, or just in case I have shit on my hands and, you know, it leaves like a filmy residue, which has happened. You know, I'm very messy and I admit it. But, oh well, like, why is that comparable to you being a fucking fraud? It's not like it was on my community post. You actually had to seek out and go to my fucking website or my Instagram to find it. You're a sick bitch. Like, for real. Faraz, even if it was, it would have been wiped out. But I know what it was because I pulled it off. It was a thread. People aren't going to eat the candles. Exactly. But yeah, but you don't want a hair on wax, because if you put it in a burner, it's going to smell. So you don't want that. But that's what I'm saying, Ann. That's what she had to do. And she had to do a close-up of every single one. Like, she's sick. That's why she accused of her address, which is not true. I know. Doctor, lawyer, Scientologist. I'm going to get gastric sleeve to 20. Oh, that's another thing. Thank you for reminding me, Doctor, lawyer, scientist. Thank you. Oh, you forgot virus expert. So it went so far. Her sickness went so far as my son had to go to the emergency room. And miraculously, the next night, she had to go to the emergency room. That is sick. That was when I was like, whoa, this is too much. This bitch is psychotic. This is too much. Too much. This has gone beyond. And then she did. And I didn't say anything about it. I kept quiet. I maybe made a little comment here and there. Exactly. When Laura burps, I burp. I know that, Kevin. But you don't even know, because her pictures aren't even hers. I guarantee you the wood ones she does aren't hers either. I never ever had a hair or anything in my candles or my wax melts. Yeah, I've never left a hair in it. Like I said, I wipe it all down. But that's not something you want to leave, you know. But it wasn't. It was a fucking thread from that thing in the back. And I noticed it. I mean, I saw it. I was like, oh, shit. But what can you do? Some psycho wants to look at it. I did try to help her. I really did. My psycho stalker. Yeah, because you know what's funny too? All of the I looked this up, by the way, since, you know, she looks up schools. I looked up, no college that she named teaches viruses. So she says she has a degree in, I forgot what Tracy said, viral something, retrovirus. There's very few schools in Louisiana that even offer that, and none of them are the ones on her list. So good job there. Good job. Now, she's been living in Mississippi, according to her own words, for 12 years. She moved there 12 years ago. Hairs will now be in my candles to match Laura. Exactly. If I was made of money, I'd buy from both to compare, then set hers on fire with pictures in my review. Anyone could go look at her views, all like 300 or 500 when gets over 1,000 when your name is in the title. I know, I noticed that too. I want to say you can't specialize until the graduate or PhD level, but I could be wrong. I don't know. No, you could do an undergrad. But I know what you're saying. Like, even in psychology, If I wanted to be an actual clinical psychologist, that came in my master's. My undergrad is just psychology. That's it. But when I read that, and that was her own words, that she moved to Mississippi 12 years ago, I was like, wow. So you've been in Mississippi. That's just another lie. No wonder you didn't want MGL staying at your house, because you don't have a house there. It's over the border. Crazy. Yeah, you're right, though, Lindsay. You can't specialize till the master's or PhD. Yeah, I don't think. No, I think one of the schools did show a retrovirus degree, but maybe I didn't look that hard. It may have been a master's level. Well, that's true, because even in criminal justice, you can do an undergrad in criminal justice, but your master's is more specialized, and then if you go higher, your doctorate is way more specialized. But I didn't get past my master's, so there's that. There's no such thing as a retrovirus bachelor's. Good point. Yeah, I didn't even look that far. So, all right. I spent like an hour on this, which is more than I wanted to, but she just fucking pissed me off. It's a 45-minute drive to New Orleans, Mississippi. I live there too. Oh, no shit. Check your mail. All right. Then I'm moving on because I'm over this. But man, she pissed me off. Which mail did you send it to? Doctor, lawyer, scientist, biologist, candle maker, stripper. I mean, the list goes on. Business owner. I don't think you can fit all of it. I love you too, Anne. Oh, doctor, lawyer, scientist, biologist, engineer, and liar. Why would any of us care who has what? It's not doing anything for us. I agree. Yeah, I am a magnet to stalkers. Started watching your channel, I count a few. Yeah. And honestly, mythological, I stay quiet a lot. Sometimes I just can't. Sometimes I just fucking can't. What she did trying to throw me in after she got busted. And, let me say something. Tracy said something that was very, very true. And I agree with her. Like, everybody knows I have apologized more than once. And if I'm wrong, I will apologize. And I have no problem apologizing. I've apologized when people tell me to apologize. I've apologized when nobody had to tell me and I just did it anyway. Like, I have apologized. Tracy is the truth. So, and Tracy said that about her, like, at least she can come there and apologize. When do these bitches ever apologize? They don't. They make excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. That's all they do. It's a fucking joke. Yeah, I have a couple of emails, so I never know what people send it to. Hold on. You sent it to Perplex QT? All right, hold on. Yeah, I know. Tracy had showed that already. I'm a professional artist that captures all angles of life. Okay. Angels. That's funny. So I guess the second profile said that she has a BA in graphic arts from 2007 to 2009. She has a chemistry degree from Tulane from 2001 until 2007. And then community college associates in general science. And she was vice president of social affairs. Okay, what college was that? That you're a vice president of social affairs from 2008 to 2001. Then her third one, she made 3 different ones. Her third one says University of Holy Cross from 14 to 18, Tulane from 2000 to 2002. Then Nunez Community College with no year. Okay, Alicia. Can you pick a day? Oh, now she's a senior at the University of Holy Cross. Oh, wait, no. She's a senior cell biologist. What happened to viral? Did we forget about that? Wow. Okay. Yeah, president of social affairs. The person that sent it to me is trying to cover up pretty good. They did an email under the same name. I want to see. This was her first one. This is the one Tracy found. Cellular molecular biology and retroviruses from 14 to 16. University of Phoenix for computer information engineering, 10 to 12. Tulane from 01 to 04 in environmental science. Nunez Community College from 1999 to 2001. Okay. She's a vice president of the SGA, president of the Environmental Society, she can't even spell, and writer for the Nuz paper. Okay, let's see what you've written. I mean, keep everything else. Professional photographer, 9 years. Graphic arts BA number 2, 2007 to 2009. Tulane, 2001 to 2007. That's a long time. Well, here she went 2001, 2004, because that's how long a bachelor's is. From 1998, 2001, no name. And then she went 14 to 18. University of Holy Cross isn't on her second one. It is on her first one from 14 to 16. And her third one was 14 to 18. So she added 2 years. Tulane, she went from 2000 to 2002. And this one she doesn't even give. Okay. Should we call her Natasha Cooper number 2? That's what it feels like. Crazy. Crazy. And before she brings up my LinkedIn, I can prove every single one of my LinkedIn. The only thing that mine exaggerated was my fucking, my master's, because I never finished it. But I can prove I went to the schools. I can prove I graduated from fucking University of Phoenix. I can prove all the places I worked. It's on every resume. Like, I can prove all this. I have fucking badges. If you look me up, well, I don't know if there's there anymore, but there's articles about me. Like, you can find me. You just got to know what name to look under. Where's the top model years? Exactly. Like, everyone thinks my LinkedIn is fake. It's not fake. It's real. I've done a lot of shit. Like, for real. She said she graduated with her degree and was doing an internship. All college degrees are in a public database if she has one. Are they? Well, then people could look and see mine. Must have smudged my phone. Candles, please. Huh? Yeah, Tulane. She did have a badge from Tulane. She probably went for like a day. She was saying how she knew all this stuff about, oh my God, I can't. I don't think that's true about a database. I don't know. But I mean, any people want to look me up, you can call. You call University of Phoenix master's degree, criminal justice, 2012. Go right ahead. Or 2013. No, 2012. Either 2012, 2013. Be my guest. I have to look it up online. But, you know, again, she wants to compare herself to me. Don't, because I've done my shit. Like, I can prove my shit. I don't fucking have mixed dates. Yeah, she's Ivy League. In, you know, molecules and biology. Get the fuck out of here. I remember Serendipity. Serendipity called Alicia out a long time ago and said to her, let's fucking, you want to talk science? I bet I know more science than you do. And Alicia would never do it. She would never, ever do it. And Sarah was like, come on, let's do it. She wouldn't do it. I remember that. Tracy probably remembers that too. When she was BFF, I debated on a few things, and she's wrong on everything. I have so many degrees, I can't keep up with them all. I'm telling you, I've been through so many schools. And Tulane, even so, Tulane is a 4-year anniversary, is a 4-year school. You don't get a 2-year degree from Tulane unless there's 2 different Tulanes. Which reminds me, you know, sometimes there's 2 schools with different names. I know. I agree, Lindsay. That's what I'm saying. The first time I was fucking told that I was questioned, I did pull it up. I had my degrees on my wall and I had a flood and that was it. But I did pull it up. MM knows I got my degrees. I showed her fucking, I did a live on it a long time ago. Tulane acceptance rate is 11%. You need a 3.5 GPA. And it's $78,000 a year. I mean, her badge was old. Don't get me wrong, but she still left the internet. I was supposed to be in a bedroom that she deleted. Someone else told me that. Leave her alone. It's gonna send her into the bushes, or maybe she will leave again. I'm trying to see if there's another school named Tulane. Oh, that's funny. Alicia, I don't think your thing was real. Yeah, I don't think hers was real. Because I pulled up, what does a Tulane badge look like? And it looks nothing like hers. Even there's an old one. I'll show you guys. So just another lie she made up. Now, I'm assuming that's probably a newer one, but here's an old one from Tulane. That's a really old one from 68, 69. It has their social on it. It has their date of birth on it. Hers look nothing like this. So, yeah. has a signature on it. Yeah, hers look nothing like any of these. Nice try, Alicia. I thought hers looked weird. No, but these are the newer ones, and this one's kind of looks like it's in the middle. But it shows your social, your date of birth. It has a thing on it. Hers didn't look anything like these. That one's an old one, but it still has social and everything. Hers didn't even have a symbol on it. Nothing. There's another one. Hers wasn't green. Yeah, they all have name, birthday, everything. I can't find one that looks even remotely similar to hers. So it's just another lie. And it looks like everything is green. Crazy. That's pretty. Is that her house? Did she say this was her house? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, look, it's our house. All right, I'm done with her. I proved my point. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to talk about tonight, this went way longer than I wanted. But the other thing I wanted to talk about tonight, anyone following the, yeah, we're going to totally switch topics. Anyone following the student ID is not like what you are saying. I'm showing what's online. And I'm on admissions for a top university. You are wrong. The student ID is not like what you're saying. I pulled it up right online, Deanna. All student IDs are different. The student ID that I'm talking about is right online. It's got to be Alicia because it's right online. I didn't make up anything. There's nothing for me to be wrong about. I went right to Tulane. Like, you're an idiot. So, all right. Again, Deanna, what? Exactly what? Can you speak English? Like, I'm confused. All right. So, like I said, I'm moving on. Cheats, whatever. Is anybody following what happened today with Ethan Crumbley? Give me a 1 for yes and a 2 for no. You know, the school shooter? I know, right? It does. I know it's a stock photo. 1 yes, 2 no. 2, 1. Does any of the ones want to come up here? Does any of the ones want to grab a link? He tortured birds. No, I meant what happened today. Question, Alex? No. So listen. So Ethan Crumbley was back in court today. He went back to court because I'm not sure if it's his attorney or somebody. They're trying to get him over to a juvenile center. So there was this big thing going on that he deserves to be at a juvenile center because he's locked in a cell in isolation, and that's not healthy for him. Now, mind you, this kid is being tried as an adult. So he's going to end up in an all-male prison anyway for the rest of his life. But what his lawyers are arguing is that until that happens, he is only 15 years old. And because he's 15, they need to keep him away from the rest of the people. They need to keep him isolated, but he can contact his family. He can contact his, I'm attorney, not cure. Oh, Rosie, do you want a link? So he is a target. And I get that. My issue comes in with he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. So why does it really matter what happens to him now? Like, what about the family of the people he killed? They don't get to get their kids to go somewhere else. So I'm going to do this in two sides, all right? But they don't get the option of their kid going somewhere else. They're never going to see their kids again. He's going to most likely be in jail for the rest of his life. So why are we helping him so much? On the flip side of this is where I get torn. He's 15. Should he, and his parents are in jail. He can't even talk to his parents. Should he be held responsible as an adult would think for the rest of their life? This is where I am confused because I'm torn personally. Yeah, they want to move him to a place for juveniles, but only till he's 18 since he's being tried as an adult. Should a 15-year-old, forget that how heinous the crime was, should a 15-year-old be tried as an adult? Because they are only 15. They are trying to protect him, but I'm saying I'm torn. I'm absolutely fucking torn because on one hand, he's 15. He doesn't have the mental capacity of an adult. Yeah, well, he can't. It's not total solitaire, but they're staying in the guidelines. But he's 15. And a 15-year-old doesn't have the same brain as someone who's older. He has accessed world-renowned Khan Academy for learning and has not logged in even once. He knew what he was doing. Okay, I have an opinion. Steph, you want a link? Michigan wants to charge him as an adult, but then they're charging the parents too. That makes no sense. Good point. The news should show an article because he probably still has rights. He does have rights. But if, I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. This is where I'm torn. If you are being charged as an adult at 15, then pay the consequences at 15. Like, I don't think that should change just because you're 15 now. Well, you did the crime at 15. Steph, I just put it in Patreon. Just click the link. I don't think he should be around other kids. Well, they're saying there's other kids there that are in there for murder. Children are charged with adults for multiple reasons. He kind of did a big boy crime. Exactly. So why are they trying to get him to a juvenile center now? You don't need to be older than 15 to know consequence of killing people. I agree, but it's been proven over and over and over that at 15, you're 15. You still don't have the capacity that you do at 17 or 20 or 21. I don't think he can plead insanity. The U.S. Supreme Court won't allow life sentence on juvenile. They can do a life sentence, I thought. They can't do death penalty. Yeah, I don't think he's going to plead insanity at all. He doesn't fit. He is pleading insanity. He doesn't fit insanity. There's only one other minor in that jail detention center, and he's in the next jail cell. In the younger one or in the one where they are now? Should be tried as an adult and transferred to an adult prison at 18. So you agree with the lawyers. Alicia, you agree with the lawyers. New case, and he filed already for insanity defense. I don't think he's going to get it. I'll tell you why. Michigan. Okay. Is an affirmative defense to a prosecution for a criminal offense that the defendant was legally insane when he or she committed the acts constituting the individual. An individual is legally insane if, as a result of mental illness as defined by the Mental Health Code, or as a result of having an intellectual disability as defined, that person lacks substantial capacity either to appreciate the nature and quality of the wrongfulness of his or her conduct, or to conform his or her conduct to the requirements of the law. He understands that. He understands what he did was wrong. That's why I say he's not going to be able to get away with it. Mental illness it's not just having a mental illness. Having a mental illness doesn't make you insane. Having a mental illness, according to Michigan law, having a mental illness that stops you from understanding right or wrong, that's the problem. I didn't watch Parents Arraignment. No, I only watched today. The defendant has the burden of proving the defense of insanity by a preponderance of evidence. I don't think he's going to be able to prove it. An individual who is under the influence of voluntary consumed or injected alcohol, a controlled substance, which he wasn't. He may have been texting. Oh my God. Tina, go away. Go talk to Alicia. Okay. Alicia, I'm a renowned photographer and viral expert in school. Okay. Sure you are. Can someone please delete them? We're like so over, Alicia, so go away. He does not fit the insanity plea. Thank you. He was never treated for mental illness. Schools never noticed anything mentally wrong. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I'm wrong. Forensic psychiatrist, I'll come down split on this issue. It won't change a sentence. I'm not wrong. I'm reading the law. Because according to the law of Michigan, he doesn't fit insanity. He just doesn't. He knew what he was doing was wrong. He said it after. He premeditated this murder. Premeditation means you're not insane. Two civil case by parents against the high school. Many students reported him to the school. JCS on one of his videos, people who plead insanity don't know they'd go to a worse place than prison. Not a child. Hold on. All right. Juveniles waived to adult court are held to the same standard or lack or one for pleading not guilty by reason of insanity. We explain why so few juveniles across the U.S. are granted access to the insanity defense and the reasons that they should have that option. We also consider where the dwelling, blah, blah, blah. Hold on, I'm reading. Juvenile culpability. The idea that children have diminished culpability when compared with adults is not a new one. From ages 7 to 13, they are presumed not criminally responsible, but the presumption is rebuttable if a child's immaturity does not cause him to be incapable of understanding the wrongfulness. Children age 14 and older are typically considered criminally responsible. Juveniles waived to adult court are held to the same standard or lack of for pleading not guilty by reason of insanity as adult defendants. Even though older youths may be waived to the adult court for serious criminal acts, their immaturity still protects them from certain punishments, the death penalty. The American Medical Association. All right, the juvenile insanity defense. Judge, if the defendants broke into the store as charged but did at the request of another, despite the 19th century. Aha, here we go. Certain states, for example, Arkansas, Ohio, Michigan, which is where he's from, and Virginia have explicitly denied the right to a not guilty by reason of insanity defense in juvenile court. Other states have yet to confront the question of whether the defense would be available if asserted remains to be answered. There you have it. He won't win. I really don't think he's going to get it.
Support with Steph joined.
Hey, Bo.
Hey.
What's up?
Oh, what a great subject.
Isn't it?
It really is. And of course, you know, I have a lot of, I was kind of listening a little bit, trying to get on. So are they saying in Michigan that they cannot be considered mentally ill at 15?
No, they're saying that if you're between 7 and 13, then you can, like, you're still considered a child and you're protected. So you can say reason by insanity, but 14 or over, you're held to the same standard as adults.
Okay. Okay. Well, that makes sense. However, I do, being a mom of a mentally ill parent, I hold these parents responsible because this kid was mentally ill. Children come out behaviorally, and that's what he was doing.
All right, hold on. I don't mean to interrupt. I also want to tell you guys, I'm not reading this from some bullshit article. This is from the Journal of American Academy of Psychology and the Law. So right. I just want to let you guys know, like, when I look up facts, I'm not like Googling, you know, some bullshit. Like, I get a peer-written article, peer-reviewed article. All right, go on. Sorry.
So this kid was giving all the signs out for that he was mentally ill and telling these parents, telling the school, all these people, help me. And that's what his brain, it was projecting out behaviorally because that's what the brain does at that age, because the frontal cortex isn't even formed all the way till they're 26. This kid's 15. So mom and dad, normally I would say in these school shootings, mom and dad shouldn't be held responsible. But in this case, mom and dad, I believe, should be held responsible. I think what they did of arresting those parents was right after I started watching the trial. But if, in my personal opinion, I think that kid needs to go to a psychiatric hospital first, and let's get him sane. Because he's mentally ill, he needs to be gone through. You can't, while they're in jail, I mean, you can medicate them, but that's not going to fix the issue, because medication, yes, will help get the hallucinations, hearing of voices, all of that under control to a point. But he has to learn, he doesn't have coping skills yet. And that's something you would learn in the mental hospital.
But see, this is where I get torn. And I'm torn by this because, first of all, granted, I understand why he did, not why he did what he did, but I understand that, that day he was hearing voices, or, that day he was this, or that day he was that. And yes, parents are responsible. But at the end of the day, in all fairness, he knew what he was doing was wrong. That right there eliminates the reason for insanity. He knew what he did was wrong before and after.
Right. And I'm not saying he gets a pass, but I'm saying,
hold on, Rosie, who said he was on the spectrum and not diagnosed? Where did you hear that from? That's the first I've heard.
But that can't be diagnosed until he has time in a treatment center for them to make that diagnosis. Autism takes multiple, like they go through like speech therapy. There's also at that age, it's not like a one time you go and spend 3 hours in a room and they decide if you're on the spectrum or not. It takes multiple times with different therapists, not just mental health therapy, but there's like occupational therapy, speech therapy that work with them to see how their brain is working.
Believe me, Phoenix went through it. I get it.
Okay, yeah, so you know that, but the chat may not. And when I say he needs to go to get the mental help, I don't mean, oh, he goes there and he gets off. I'm saying he's going to have to cope with this, whatever illness it is, if he's got autism and, bipolar disorder or whatever it is, he's going to have to live and function in jail for the rest of his life. If he doesn't learn coping skills, he can kill somebody else in jail. He's going to get in fights. It's going to be a nightmare. So regardless, this kid has to get help. And everybody wants to say, which jail should he be in? Which jail should he be in? Well, let's get him let's get him healthy first, and then figure that out.
But like Lindsay just said, and Lindsay, that was CJ's whole point. And by the way, why is everybody picking on Ann John? Can we please stop going after Ann John? She's nothing but supportive of me. Thanks. So I don't think she wasn't talking to you, Ann. But here's the thing. If he was hearing all these voices and he's really insanity, how come he's not hearing them in jail? How come he seems to be perfectly fine?
Who says he's not having?
That's kind of what they were saying today. And other than that he's in isolation.
Well, if he's in isolation, he doesn't have triggers coming at him either. He doesn't have any kind of stressors. So if he's just isolated, so when the triggers, like my daughter, she's totally fine if no one's giving her any problems. It was when they said, oh, you have to do homework. Oh, you have to get out of bed. Oh, you have to deal with life.
You still have to do that in jail, though.
Yeah, and he's going to have to do that. But right now he's in isolation, so he doesn't have major...
He still has to do that, though. Even if you're in isolation, you have to be up at 5 a.m. You got to take your medicine. That they don't let you sleep all day in jail. Trust me, I know. You can't sleep all day. You get you up at 5 a.m. You cannot go to sleep. You get like an hour of downtime. You have to, if they see you sleeping your day away, they will fucking come in and, wake you up. That's just what they do.
This is the problem. When he gets in general population, he has to learn how to handle stressors. Otherwise, it's going to be a shit show. So
Why is that the state's problem?
Because the state is going to be dealing with him for the rest of his life.
But why? How do I say this? This is where I'm torn. Why do we care? He's going to be in jail forever. So, or at least 30 to 40, 50 years or something. He's going to be in jail for a long ass time. Why are we trying to make it all nicey nice now? Like, let him sit in fucking isolation. You have to pay for what you did.
Oh, yeah, he has to pay for what he did. I mean, that's what he has to do. That's the law. But what I'm saying is all the people that are around him. So say your son is in jail and say he's there for 2 years, 3 years, and he's in general population at some point, all those people around him, if he doesn't know.
There are other criminals. He's going to be in a max security.
So you don't think they should get him mentally healthy enough? I'm not saying he go live there, but it usually takes about 3 weeks. I think it's worth it for him to go 3 or 4 weeks to a mental place to get him stable and start teaching him coping skills, so that when he gets in general population, he is stabilized. And really, it's going to be taxpayer dollars whether he is at the mental facility or the jail.
Can you imagine being the parent of a child that he killed, and they're sitting here arguing if he should be in, we need to get him better? It's a little too late. Kids are dead.
Yeah. If I can't imagine what those parents are going through. I do know that if someone killed my kid, and there was a way for me to keep them from like killing another kid, though, I think I would probably want to do whatever I could to stop that from happening. But I also understand mental illness in children. You know what I mean? So, and I guess that's kind of where my heart is coming from, because I got my kid the help so that she didn't end up like one of those kids, and his parents chose to ignore it.
See, but Daisy brings up a good point. What coping skills is a rational, never incarcerated person going to teach him? She's right.
What coping? What was it? What does it say? What coping skills?
What coping skills is a rational, never incarcerated person going to teach him? She's right.
Well, what they would teach him is, okay, so I had to learn coping skills when my daughter went through it, but
yeah, but your daughter didn't kill people. Your daughter didn't go into a school and murder her classmates.
Yeah, but I got her help before that happened. So, I mean, she never said she wanted to kill anybody, but we started treatment for her when we started seeing the behavior problems at age 8.
Yes, you put an end to it. You didn't, but this is like after the fact.
Right. These parents didn't. So I'm trying to look at it as, what can we do now in the best case scenario? We can't take back what this
exactly
SOB is done to the families and to his community and to his school, because their lives are forever changed. But I think that we don't want any more lives changed, that he's going to be around for the rest of his life in prison. And
but even if he gets, I don't know what the max sentence is, but even if he gets 20 years for each death, he's going to be 70 by the time he gets out. He's going to be.
Will they allow the death penalty?
No, he's too young.
That's what it's going to say. Some states will.
No, you can't. There's no death penalty for minors.
Really?
For juveniles. Yeah, they will abolish that.
Okay. So, well, that is good on his end, but they will teach them coping skills. Back to the coping skills, what they will teach them is they measure when they get pissed off. They'll be able to stop. They teach them to stop, think, I'm mad. How mad am I? Am I at a 1 and am I at a 10? And then they teach them a coping skill of what to do when I'm at 10. Breathing, belly breathing, or they go away to another side of the room, or they come up with different coping skills to keep them from hurting other people. That's what they teach them. And what did Voices say?
She said, so is it better for him to hang himself in jail? It's not my problem. I don't care what he does. Like, you killed innocent kids who just went to school that day. Like, I'm just so torn on this issue.
Do I think it's better for him to hang himself in jail? I don't know that the family, I've heard families that when I watch a documentary of families that like go and watch the one that murdered their family member get the injection, and they they die, and they feel worse when that person dies, even though that person had murdered their loved one. So I don't know.
But all this kid really needs is medication, like
and coping skills, because the medication will do nothing without the medication is not going to do anything without the coping skill, though, because they still have to learn to cope with life. You got to have both, and it's not going to fix all of it. You know what I mean? The medicine can help.
But why do we care so much? That's what I'm saying. Like, why do we care if this kid can survive in prison? The kids that went to, and I'm not yelling at you, kids that went to school that day that was just trying to get an education, they didn't get a chance to, have coping skills. They didn't get a chance to do better or get a choice or get medication, or they weren't given that choice. They just weren't given a choice. They just were meant to die that day, and they never got any coping skills or how to deal. Their parents didn't get any skills how to deal with their child being murdered at school. Like, why do we care about this kid? And again, I'm not yelling at you at all.
I know it is a true argument. I totally get what you're saying. Like, why do you deserve that? But it's not just for his safety. It's for safety for everybody that works there and everybody that is in prison there. Because if he has the capability of doing what he did at 15 and he does not get the coping skills, what is he going to be when he's 25 and strong?
Okay, but he's going to be in prison, so it don't matter. What do you mean by coping skills? Like, what coping skills?
From trying to strangle somebody, beat somebody's head in.
Trust me, these guys are hard. He's going to be in a max security prison. These dudes are hardcore.
But he could do it to one of the nurses that are giving him medication.
He can't. He wouldn't be able to get close enough.
Well, I've had to do PRN work, and the nurses come up to their actual
in a max security.
Yes, I mean, you have a guard with you, but that's not a guarantee. So
I don't know.
That is just my opinion, from dealing with a kid with mental illness. And I do have a soft spot because his parents did nothing. They didn't give a shit. Mom was out sleeping with somebody. And that's she was, and he was screaming out. He was screaming out the morning of. He had he wrote the paper of how he wanted, the gun and everything. Parents came to school, and the school said, I think he's okay to go back to class. And then a couple minutes later, he kills the 4 kids. So,
yeah, but what about all the other people in jail that don't have coping skills, that had horrible parents? What about them?
They should be getting the same thing.
But they don't. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point.
That's a problem with their system. They're not actually rehabilitating them as they should.
They are. They're giving them medicine. And 90% of the time, that's all they needed was medication.
The docs order the medication. This is what I found. but they don't have to take it. It's your right not to take your medication. So just because the doctor orders your antipsychotic medication, you have more leeway for the ones that are under 18.
Oh, you got to take it in prison.
No, you don't. That is your right as a patient, whether you're in prison or wherever. You do not have to take your medication. And that even means if you're diabetic, you don't have to take your insulin. You can refuse it.
No, in not the county prison I was in, county jail I was in, they watched you take it.
Yeah, they watch you take it, but you have a right to not take your medication. You have a patient right. That is your patient right. They cannot take that away from you. And most of them will go along with it, but you do have some that say, no, I'm not going to take it. And that's
hold on. And she wasn't talking about you. I don't know how you got dragged into this, but no, she wasn't talking about you. That I can tell you.
Yes, she even voices she was a nurse too. Patient's right to refuse. No matter where they're at. Even in federal prison, it doesn't matter. They have, that is a patient right.
I don't know.
And we have to do everything we can to encourage them, but ultimately it is their right. And that's just like when patients need blood, like, and say their religion doesn't want them to have blood, like Jehovah's Witness, they won't take blood, but that's the only thing that's going to save them or their child. And we can't give it to them because they don't want it. So
yeah, in a landmark prison ruling, Washington versus Harper, United States, 1990, the U.S. Supreme Court found prisoners have a liberty interest in refusing their treatment or medications. No, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
3 siblings by last name Harmon, who were all in the same foster home, have either run away or were abducted from Carter County, Tennessee. Amber, Josh, and Jacob. No shit. Forced medication of prison inmates. Hold on. Journal of Ethics. Put out by the AMA. 1987, marriage. Harper versus State, which is the one I just said.
You can lose your nursing license by trying to force a patient medication.
As it stands today, the law permits the violation of rights of the incarcerated so long as the prison policy is reasonably related to legitimate penological interests. This standard is not difficult to satisfy, especially when the prison argues that the policy is necessary for the safety of others in the prison environment. That's what I thought. In a civilian context, involuntary treatment is undertaken only after exhaustive judicial proceedings and internal review that presently may not be permitted for many prisons. For doctors, this means that particular care must be taken when making a recommendation about involuntary medical treatment for inmates because it is likely to be accepted with little opposition. So we're both kind of right.
You cannot force them to take any kind of treatment or medication. You cannot force it. You can't force it down their throat. That you can't force. If the doctor orders wound care, they can refuse it and just let it get infected if they want to. And some of them do, so they can go away to the hospital, so they're out of the prison.
Like, I don't know, like Faraz just said it, and he's right. If he's going to be spending the next 25, 30 years in jail, he's got plenty of time to get rehabilitated. Plenty of time.
But they're not going to give him they don't rehabilitate. We just had that conversation. They're not going to rehabilitate him in jail. I mean, you can throw him in there and just hope for the best. You know, that's just my opinion. I think that that would be the best case in his situation, but that's just my professional opinion and my opinion as a mom that raised a child with mental illness. You are right, Voices. They will file assault charges on you if you force them to take their medication.
They don't rehabilitate it. Thank you. They don't rehabilitate anyone. Why is he special? Exactly. 150%. I agree with that.
I think that's sad. As kids, at least our kids, he's going to be there the rest of his life. That's just my opinion. But who am I? I mean, I don't make the rules. But I do know that that kid had full-blown mental illness when this happened. And I think the guy at least should have the break of having some treatment, since his parents didn't give a shit to give him any treatment. Or we can just let him go in there and act like a yahoo and strangle people, and they strangle him. And
but like Deborah said, and she's got a point, are they going to give him this specialized therapy? No. Even if he gets transferred to the other place, and he gets transferred to the other place, what are they going to teach him? This isn't about helping him. This isn't about teaching him. This is about giving him more rights. Well, tell that to the parents of the kids tell that to the parents of the kids who are dead, who don't get those rights.
Well, the worst jails are the young ones. The ones that are 21 and younger. He really does want to be in the 21 and higher. He just doesn't know that.
Is it 18 or 21?
They can stay in the young jails up to age 21.
I thought it was 18.
They can stay up to age 21, and they're horrible. They're mean kids. They're horrible. And people don't like, because if you come in and you're 18, you can go over there, or 20 up to age 21, you can go over to the juvenile jail, and they're yahoos. I mean, they get crazy. At least in the adult side, they don't get, it doesn't get as bad because they're more mature. But so he probably doesn't understand that. He's thinking, oh, I can be with some buddies and, have more of a better time. But it's pretty brutal over there, what I've heard.
Let me ask you this then. Where do we draw the line? I feel like I'm like Lindsay, fucking arguing every point.
No, you're good. It's good to learn.
And again, this is why I said this is like a fucking dilemma for me, because on one hand, I'm all about kids are kids, and you can't expect a 15-year-old to think, like an adult. And, I've always had that side.
Yeah.
And Pulley, good job. But on the flip side of this, what I don't understand is the heinous crime that he did in the wake of people that are dead, and the parents are involved in all this other stuff. Like, dude, I don't care if you're rehabilitated. You fucking killed people. Right. Like innocent people who just showed up to school one day, and probably because I have school-age children that are his age. Sure. And could have been them if it was our school. Maybe that's why I'm so give him the fucking death penalty. Hang this bitch. That's why I see it differently. If it was an older person killing someone, might be different. But I just can't get past the fact that a lot of people in prison, hey Pixie, a lot of parents fail kids. 90% of the prisons are made up of people that failed their kids. Yeah. So where do we draw the line?
Really, isn't prison for rehabilitation? We're supposed to rehabilitate them, but we're not. We just give them, 3 meals in a cot. We're not rehabilitating them. And so they just keep going back and back and reoffending and reoffending. The ones that you can't, I think, rehabilitate are your sex offenders. But I think other people can be reoffended. This is just my thing, though. So your son ends up in prison for something. and this guy is going to be his roommate. Wouldn't you want him to have some help before he's in that bunk with your son? You know, that's how I look at it. Or
But
your daughter is his nurse, or one of your other sons is gonna have to break up a fight because of this guy.
but like Daisy said, we don't have time or money to rehabilitate every single person, and I agree with that.
We'd save a lot of money if we did that, because they wouldn't keep coming back.
But I just can't get past the fact that if I was one of those parents, I'm sorry, but you're going to be in jail till you're at least 50, 60. So your coping skills for prison, I don't care. Let them do to you what you did to all these other people, and put the fear of God in them. And, all the kids that were there, forget the ones that were dead, all the other ones that are going to have nightmares for the rest of their life.
Yep.
All the other ones that, the teachers, could we have done something? The guilt that all these people are going to have, the guilt that the parents have, and not the parents, the guilt that the principal has, and the teachers, and I should have done something. And if, all the what ifs, whatever, where's all their treatment? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. They need actual better insurance in order to get the treatment that they're going to need. But here we're going to take him, and we're just going to, give him whatever. We're just going to give him everything he needs and spend all this money to rehabilitate him so he can handle life in jail. But we don't have the sources. Teachers have medical, but some of the kids may not. And some of the kids' parents may not be able to afford it. So they're going to have to live with this for the rest of their life, because they didn't make a dumb mistake. And to me, this was more than a dumb mistake. This was calculated.
It's horrific what has been done. There is no there's no I was temporary sanity. No, you were in psychosis, absolutely, but I think you will continue to go in and out of psychosis without the proper treatment.
And also, like Joan of Arc just said it, also like the domino effect it has, that at the civil suit press conference, some parents said their kids won't go back to school because they're traumatized. So not only does that put pressure on the kid, that puts pressure on the parents. Now the parents have to homeschool one of the parents, or let's say it's a single mom who can't stay home from school. Like, this domino effect is not just like somebody else said, and it's a great example. It's not like he was playing with a gun and it was accidental that it went off and he killed his roommate, or he killed a friend, or he killed his mom or something. I get that. Then I could agree with every single thing you're saying, but this was an intentional, premeditated murder. And the domino effect that it's going to have, I don't give a shit if this kid gets rehabilitated. That you did this, you caused this is your fault, and fuck you. Like, you're going to learn how to live in an adult life because you made an adult choice. That's the other half of me.
I just worry about his mental illness, not so much for him, but all of the people that will be living with him now.
Yeah, but 3/4 of prisoners have mental illness.
Yeah, they do.
And they don't get rehabilitated.
But this guy went out and shot up the school.
Exactly. And they want to help him.
I think we need to get the guy a little bit of help. I mean, call me crazy, but I just think that one might, because he's still young, we might be able to do something with him. I don't know,
All right, so let me ask you this. Take the Boston bomber, or the one that shot up the Parkland in Florida. I don't see them getting special help.
The Parkland was a younger kid, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he was underage though.
Okay. I mean, we're talking about a 15-year-old kid that still has a lot of brain mapping that can be done. But I mean, once you get into, 18, 19, your brain mapping is, I mean, you can
Okay,
always,
Parkland was 19.
he was 19. Okay. But I mean, anybody can, you and I can get new brain mapping. There's ways to do that, but that's something that will never happen for a lay person that isn't in prison. but um but I'm just saying that he's at an age that he has still another 10 years for his frontal cortex to still grow, so there's still time for him to make changes, and
All
not
right,
try to shoot people anymore or try to harm others.
hold on. Danny brings up a good point. I think I've got it perplexed. They should treat him as an adult, and if he's really insane, be transferred to a prison for inmates with mental illness.
That's exactly what I think. But he needs to be diagnosed to see what is actually wrong with him first. So keep him at the adult prison and get him over to a place to where they do their psych, whoever they're because they have prisons that are for psych, like that are just psych. I shouldn't say they're mental facilities for criminally insane.
See, but Christine is what I was trying to say. She put it so beautifully and eloquently. Rehabilitation to this extreme should be used for those returning into society. He is not. I 100% agree with that. That's been my whole point.
Well, we have to house them somewhere when they're criminally insane. And we like for example, um what's her name? Lori Vallow.
Yeah.
She'll probably never be out. Um
And
they
that's
don't
good.
exactly. And that's what I'm saying. He needs an evaluation to see if he can even function in a jail. Like, we don't know how crazy his crazy is,
I don't know.
because nobody's evaluating this kid. Here, just throw him some antipsychotics and you're just going in. It's like, well, maybe we should evaluate this kid since he just tried to shoot up his whole school. He killed 4 people. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It just sounds like something that would be a good idea. And this is something that has really bothered me. The morning that it happened, when the parents came in and they spoke with the teacher and the counselor, and they knew that he had this going on, this wanting to do this guns and killing. Why wasn't he taken to the emergency room at that point? That should be a lesson for any parent and any school. If you have a child that is talking about wanting to harm somebody or harm themselves, they need to go to the emergency room because they need to be evaluated by a professional, a doctor and a therapist, to see if they need to be inpatient or set them up with outpatient services. None of that was done. And that's, if you're talking about blowing up your school, especially this time and age, I don't know how that was missed. It kind of makes you feel like the school's a bit responsible for that too.
Yeah, but Chris says because everyone dropped the ball and failed this child, but the kid has to take responsibility. Yeah. It was his choice to bring a gun to school. It was his choice to blow up a school. That was his choice. At 15, you still can make choices. The school should get sued. The teacher saw that diagram and did nothing.
The counselor did nothing. I mean,
Exactly.
they all had a little meeting and they all just said, okay, I'll go back to work and you go back to class. And
yeah,
he should have either been squatted to the ER, or his parents should have taken him directly to the ER. That's what you do when you have a child that is showing mental illness. You don't just say, let's just pretend it didn't happen.
All right. Oh my God, they are evaluating, especially if he's claiming insanity. Hold on. So let's drop that of him being evaluated. Inpatient and outpatient is out of the question. Your claim, is it insane? Huh? The Batman movie shooter is one of those criminally insane prisons. Or that Keller chick. You know what does a lot of criminally insane and fake criminally insane is Jim C. Swim. He does all interrogations, and his whole channel is about interrogations, and he shows you who is technically criminally insane and who's faking it.
Really? What's the name of that channel?
Jim C. Swim.
Jim C.
Swim.
I'm gonna have to check
or
that out.
JCS now, I think, but it's James C. I used to be his Patreon, and then he got rid of Patreon, but I'll still post on Facebook, because if you're a Patreon, like, you know, you can get it on his personal Facebook, and every once in a while he likes something or says hi. I'm like, and I get so excited. I was like, guys, look who said hi to me. Like Red Dragon and Math Kitty, they've been around long, or Lab, like they'll tell you. Yeah, I get so excited. I'm like, look who said hi to me. So yeah, he does. If you like interrogations, I'm not one for interrogations.
I like
that's really all he does now, but he really does a lot of stuff on who's legit and who's not. He actually had one of the biggest Patreons on Patreon. He had something like 42,000 Patreons. I don't know why he quit.
How much money that would be?
Believe me, I know. We looked it up.
So what was his tiers?
He was making something like 60,000 a month just in Patreon. That was just Patreon, 60 grand a month. But I guess it became too much for him to do both. And he's got millions of people on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't pay very much.
No, but I'm saying that when you have 1 million subscribers, you do well.
You do get good. You get off your. Okay, so I'm gonna need you guys all to get your friends and family together. And
that's what I said. I gotta get my 100K.
I know. You need 100K. So if everybody could do that by tomorrow morning, that would be great.
Yeah, right. I do. I want that plaque.
I want the plaque, and I know my job is possibly ending July 1st. So,
I bet July 1st.
Well, we sold our Medicare plan to because I'm an insurance. I'm a nursing case manager, and hopefully Anthem will pick us up, but we don't know how many nurses they'll be picking up, so it's kind of scary. So I'd really like to get my channel going to have some kind of income, and of course I only have 300 subscribers, so it'll
get there.
Exactly. I know I'll get there.
It takes time.
It does take time, and I want to grow it organically and with good people.
I hear you.
I don't want to get any kind of I don't want to get a bunch of fake, trashy drama people, because I see what you guys all have to do with them after your ass. Alicia and all that poor shit. It's too much.
Yeah, but most people don't have to deal with that. Most people don't have to deal with the shit that I have to deal with. That I can tell you. One of the mods, can you drop Stephanie's link? Stepha's link. I don't know why I said Stephanie.
That's my name. Stephanie is my name.
All right.
Somebody at one of my jobs, the way the computer came up, it came up Stepha Roberts, and then my nickname became Stepha. So that's how it started.
You don't have 5150 in where you are at, Anne? Now, one of them is all they do is lie, and the other one screams like an owl. I don't even know what you're talking about. No, I was talking to Ann Pulley. I thought every state is 5150.
What's 5150?
It's like when you're a psycho. When you're completely psycho.
Like with the police?
No, you get a 5150 if they think that you are psychotic and they want to lock you up involuntarily.
We do like a 72-hour hold, and some people call it the Baker Act.
Yes, that's in Florida.
Yeah. I have a funny story about that. Was talking about psycho. So I got a call, with my daughter, and she was talking off the wall. And I knew it had to have been her blood sugar because she's also diabetic. So sometimes it's hard to tell. And she's like, I need you to come and get me right now. Everything's like an emergency plane.
I just kicked those both off.
I lost.
I just kicked those both off.
Okay. That was weird.
That was weird.
So I get this call for my daughter. This is like midnight. I just started to fall asleep. And she's like, I need you to come get me. Mike, her ex-boyfriend, who is mean. He's trying to kill the cat. I'm like, oh my God, he's not trying to kill the cat. I knew she was in a psych thing going on. But the way that she was acting, I said, I'm going to call the police. Like, I'm afraid like her blood sugar is getting really low or something, and something bad is going to happen. And I normally don't do that, but I had 15 minutes to get over there. So I get over there, and the police officer says, ma'am, you can't come in here. We're going to be arresting her. I'm like, excuse me? The kid has never been arrested, nothing. She'd be terrified. And I said, sir, I need to check her blood sugar. I called you guys because there's a problem with her blood sugar. Well, she said she hit her boyfriend. I go, she probably did because she doesn't know what the hell she's doing right now. And we need to check her blood sugar. And he goes, well, the ambulance is on his way and they can check it, but you can't come in the house. And I said, if she passes out and dies, I will have your ass.
Wow.
Oh, I was so pissed. So the ambulance comes, and it was right at the beginning of COVID, so they didn't want two people in the hospital.
Yeah.
So I get in, they come, they're like, well, the meters only read up to 600, which is really high. So at 600 at the hospital, or on the way to the hospital, and they did let me go back there because of the mental, with her being erratic. And I get in there, and she's sitting there, and I'm like, what's happening? She goes, nothing. I was like, what? And I said, have they been in to check your blood sugar? She goes, yeah, they drew my blood. I go, where's the IV? What's going on? So nobody came for an hour. Now, they sent her there as a psych hold. So if she'd been a real psych person, like, she could have ran out of there, caused havoc.
Yeah.
It was, I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm a nurse myself, and I know how the game is played. And I finally went up to nurse and said, hey, you got a psych patient over there? You haven't checked on her? And I've been here an hour. I go, you're supposed to be monitoring the psych patients every 15 minutes in the state of Ohio.
Yeah.
And I just had it. And I go, but she really is not here for psych. She's here because she's type 1 diabetic. And I'm pretty sure she's in DKA. So that means she needs to go to ICU. And that's exactly what was happening. But
I once went to a psych ward only for like an hour, but I was high as fuck on cocaine and I was paranoid. And my parents freaked out and they took me to the hospital and I was paranoid. Like I thought people were coming to get me. I was hiding. I'll never forget it. Like I was hiding on when they were driving, like I was bending down. They were, and I wasn't that young. I mean, I wasn't a teenager. And I get to the psych ward, make a long story short, I get there and my dad and my mom are there. And, you know, I mean, they're there, they drove me, but I started to come down, and anyone that's ever done cocaine knows what I'm talking about. Once you start to come down, it's like your head fills back up normal. Everything is normal. So this is like from the last time I did a line until the time that I was admitted into the hospital or in this waiting room. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I mean, it was definitely the hospital. But from the time I got there till the time someone actually spoke to me was like an hour and a half. Or 2 hours. I was already clean. So we go in the back and the psychologist is asking me questions. And the first thing they asked me is, do you hear voices? My automatic first thought was, yeah, they're coming out of the TV and they're going to get me. But I said no. And afterwards I told my dad, like, and I told the woman, I said, look, I'm straight now. I was like, that happened from drugs, but I'm fine now. So they asked me a million different questions. So they ended up releasing me to my parents. I mean, I was an adult, but they ended up releasing me to my parents. And I remember on the way home, my dad said, you know, I never, ever want to see you like that again. I said, Dad, it kind of scared me too. So I was telling him a story. I said, when she asked me, do you hear voices? I swear I wanted to say to her, yeah, they're coming out of the tea. He's like, they would have seriously locked you up. Thank
they
God.
would have.
And I said, I know, but you know, I was just kind of being a wise ass. But yeah, I'll never forget that. That was like the craziest fucking night of my life. I mean, I was convinced that somebody was coming to get me. Convinced.
Oh my goodness.
That was right before rehab. After that, they threw me in rehab. But yeah. I was not eating. I was anorexic. I was bulimic. I was on fucking cocaine. Like my head was a mess. And it was crazy. But I got past it.
You did. You sure did.
But on that note, I am going to have to end this because I still have some candles I got to finish wrapping and get them out for tomorrow. And it's already 12:30. I got to go back to my movie.
I'm sorry I kept you so long.
Oh, it's okay. No, I wanted to talk about it. I've been wanting to talk about that all day, but I'm like, I got to make candles tonight and I can't. So, but it all worked out. But I'm glad you came up.
Yeah, I'm glad I came up too. And yeah, so my daughter though, she ended up in ICU, and in the morning they came in to do her psych eval and they're like, she doesn't need to be here. I'm like, I know, because she is no longer in diabetic ketoacidosis.
Yeah.
Because her blood sugar was
kind of like the cocaine.
Right. Yeah. Her blood sugar was 1200, which is absolutely crazy.
Wow.
Your blood sugar should be about 100. Yeah.
Wow. And I think Monica. Monica's one of the candles I got to finish.
And I haven't even got to see chat because I can't see the chat from in here, you guys. So I'm so sorry.
You can't? I'm sorry.
So I'm so sorry I can't see you guys. Oh, now I can. I turned it on my TV.
Okay. There you go. So I also want to say, I know some people were talking about Shitheads Live. I don't care. There were no lies tonight. I read exactly what she posted. I didn't make up anything. I didn't run with anything. I read and showed exactly what I found online, plain and simple, by her own words. So if she wants to says that that's lying, well, it's just more lies coming out of her mouth because, again, I read it right from online. If it's not true online, so be it. But all I did was look online. And I don't think she should be calling anybody a liar when all she does is lie. So on that note, I am going to end this because unlike other people, I actually have work to do. So I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for the super chat. I see I got some candle orders. Thank you for the orders. And thank you for the PayPals and Cash Apps and everything else. And I will see you guys tomorrow.
that.
Holly Bobo. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night.
You too.
Steph, I'll see you in Patreon.
All right. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.